Okay, in this episode, we'll react to I think this is an article from Manila Times by attorney Joseph Noel Estrada. So he's very well known in education circles. And his opinion stated, teachers may be held liable for damages caused by their minor students. So syempre agad I read this, and because even before nung nagtitake up ako ng Master's Education Leadership and Management, legal aspects of education, we already took this up, and nakakalungkot talaga pag binabasa mo yung mga case digest na ganito. We all know how hardworking our teachers are, especially in the public schools, na kumbaga they have so many students, okay? And then alam naman natin na konti if at all meron silang nagtatrabaho sa kanilang school. So sometimes ginagamit nila yung mga students nila for certain work, like even yung pagbabantay sa kantin, pagtitinda sa kantin, paglinis ng school, right? Naku, napakadaming mga cases, naglipa na yan, no? Sa mga SCRA, mga SCRA, na kung saan nagmagandang loob na nga yung teacher sa dulo, siya pa yung nakasuhan, no? Pero talagang nakakawa man, wala tayong magagawa, yun yung batas sabi nga the law is hard but it is the law, di ba? Isa sa mga legal maxim yan. So dito, in-explain nga ni Attorney Estrada na yung Supreme Court nag-publish recently no decision niya doon sa case ni Apolinario versus heirs of Francisco de los Santos. No? This was promulgated on November 27, 2024. Yung case na yon is about a 16-year-old student sa public school na pinutol niya yung banana plant, no? Doon sa kanyang school. Under the supervision naman and instruction of the school principal. Ito nakakalungkot dito Ngayon, yung banana plant, pinuputol niya, no? Bumagsak, fell, and then hit Francisco de los Santos, who was driving his motorcycle along the highway just across the school. So dumadaan si Francisco de los Santos, nakasakay ng motorsiklo, tumama sa kanya ngayon yung banana plant, diba? Tapos as a result, namatay siya, no? Kasi bumagsak siya sa kanyang motorsiklo and then tumama siya dun sa cement pavement. So syempre, yung mga family nung namatay filed the case of damages against the mother of the student, 16 years old lang yung estudyante, no? And then the principal of the school. So according to the complaint, yung principal instructed the minor student, kasi 16 lang di ba? 18 dapat yung age of majority, to cut the banana plant during the Pintakasi. There's a local event conducted by the school, tapos headed ito by the principal, no? In the property just across the highway in front of the school. Yan. So yung complaint for damages claimed that the principal, who was the teacher in charge when the incident happened, must be made liable because he failed to instruct the student to put a warning sign in the highway for oncoming vehicles and passerby. So walang warning sign, no? Hindi nila alam ng mga dumadaan, no? Nakakaano to, no? Na may magpuputol pala doon, no? Bumagsak na yun yung puno dun sa dumadaan, nakamotorsiklo. Ang hirap pa naman yan, ganyan. Ang hirap makaiwas dyan kasi mabilis ang takbo niya. Hindi katulad siyempre sa sasakyan, natural, may cover, no? Pag naglalakad, makakaiwas ka pa kung tutusin, kaysa dun sa nasa motor, halos wala kang kalaban-laban na, no? Yung trial court, yung RTC, pati yung CA, yung Court of Appeals, uniformly found the principal guilty of negligence. Oo. Matindi kasi dito mga listeners, no? The due diligence of a good father of the family. Saka may extreme to kasi lalo na at ang hawak mo mga estudyante, mga bata, in loco parentis Ikaw yung pumapalit bilang mga magulang while they're under your care. So kung tutusin sa batas, wala silang personality, no? Hindi mo sila pwedeng kasuhan, lalo na at mga bata pa yan. So ikaw magiging guilty of negligence and therefore naging siyang liable for damages. Ngayon, yung teacher in charge was held principally liable for directing the minor student, inutusan mo to cut down the plant without observing the proper care. O yan, no? Meron yung due diligence before the fact, due diligence during the fact, and after the fact. Ayan, yan, meron ganyan, no? Kailangan daw may proper care needed in the situation to avoid the accident leading to the death of Francisco, who was just passing by. So yan, sabi nga ni Attorney Estrada, under our civil law, ayan, civil law kasi yung may hawak dito no? Yung teacher in charge is liable for the negligence of pupils. Yung ginawa ng kanyang mga pupil, nagiging siyang negligent daw kasi nga siya yung teacher in charge. While they remain in their custody, na sinabi ko kanina, because they stand in loco parentis over them. Sila yung merong pangangalaga in place of the parents. No? So as such, teachers are expected to exercise reasonable supervision over the child's conduct. Kailangan reasonable yung kanyang pag-supervise. Yan ha. So teachers are deemed, tinitingnan talaga ng batas, no, yung mga teachers natin, lalo na sa ating family laws, as special parents of students. And hence, they are solidarily liable for damages. O, damage na cost ng acts ng mga minor students. However, yung mga teachers may avoid liability arising from the act of their students if, ito yung kailangan, no, they can prove that they observe the due diligence in preventing the damage. So in this case, the Supreme Court held that the teacher in charge failed, hindi niya napakita, to show that he exercised due diligence to prevent the accident that led to the death of Francisco. Ayan. So on the other hand, parents may only be held subsidiarily liable under the law, yung mga parents. No? Pero yung teachers, principally liable for the damages caused by their minor pupils. Kaya napaka-importante na to. Ako nga nung ako yung teacher ng high school lang to every time nalalabas yan, may hall pass, tapos tinitingnan ko sila kung makabalik na. Bawat bilang, umabalik na ba si ganito? Ina-explain ko yun sa mga estudyante. Kasi mamaya habang lumalakad kayo dun sa labas, na dulas kayo dyan, tapos turo ko ng turo dito, hindi ko nalaman ano na pala may nangyari na pala sa inyo sa CR. Di ba? Kaya talagang napakahirap ng, sabi nga kahit nagtuturo ka, meron ka mata sa likod, no? Lahat ng ginagawa nila, ayan, ay meron kang liability pag merong nangyari sa kanila. Ayan yung natural parents nila, subsidiarily liable lang under the law. Meron pa akong nakitang doon sa case digest namin dati sa Lasal, nag-party. Hindi naman nag-party, parang nag-outing. Ando doon yung magulang mismo, katabi niya, nagdadaldalan sila sa may sa may poolside, nalunod yung estudyante, yung bata. Kaya nag-file ng kaso, parang separated na yung nanay at tatay, no? Nag-file ng kaso yung tatay dun sa school sa kanyang ex-wife, no? Mas matindi pa ang liability nung teachers kaysa nung parent na nandito andun mismo, no? Tutusin, niloko parentis, pero kahit na ganun, kasi nga kinonsider ng batas na yung activity na yon ay isang school event, no? Isang school activity na sanctioned by the school. Ayan So sabi dito ni attorneys, the court explained that when a parent entrusts a child, nasa Manual of Regulations, to the authority of the teacher, it is the teacher, ito yung sinasabi ko, who should be held answerable for all acts committed by the pupil while under his or her custody, since the parent is not supposed to interfere with the discipline of the school nor with the authority and supervision of the teacher. I'm persons of authority and under the civil code. So in this case, however, while the parent could have been held subsidiarily liable, she was spared from any responsibility because she was not included in the case filed by the family of the deceased. So the case, penned by Associate Justice Ramon Paul Hernando, former professor pa pala ni Attorney Estrada. Si Attorney Estrada pala taga-UST. Ko lang yun Fellow Tomasian pala siya, no? Ang undergrad ko po ay BS Mathematics sa UST. So yan, sa Faculty of Civil Law, more than 2 decades ago. Talaga. So, bata talaga sa akin si attorney. No? Adds to the wealth of jurisprudence. Ayun, totoo to. Napag-aaralan to sa jurisprudence. Napakadaming mga cases na involving ang teachers, principal, So, ayan, on the extent of authority and liability of teachers over their minor pupils. So, nakadagdag na naman to sa jurisprudence. No? Iko-quote na naman to, isa-cite na naman yung mga cases na to. Itong case na to reminds everyone of the special parental authority granted by law to teachers over their minor students while under their supervision, instruction, or custody. This special authority and responsibility of teachers indeed includes the right to discipline students and shall apply to all authorized activities, whether inside or outside the premises of the school. Kaya nga, totoo lang, ako nga kahit college na yung hawak ko lalo yan ngayon sa aming isang school, meron silang field trip. Naku, talagang ako'y dyan, no? Ingat na ingat dyan. Kasi lahat ng dapat mapakita mo, no, na talagang due diligence ang pinapakita mo. Lalo na, di ba, sabi nga ano bang due diligence expected from a good father of the family? No? Yung bonus pater familias, paglalabas ang mga anak mo, di ba? Titignan mo, nasan ba sila? Kompleto ba yung mga anak mo? May sasakyan ka, tingnan mo yung gulong, flat ba? Naku, ako'y talagang pati yan. Kung hindi mo magawa yan on your own, kasi ang daya mong hawak lalo na pag field trip, no? Minsan dalawang bus sila. So, kailangan meron kang nag-check on both of the buses. So sabi dito, whether inside or outside the premises of the school, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na hindi, sa labas na yun ng school activity yun ng school Hindi ba yan? So sabi nga last paragraph ni Attorney Estrada, finally, while special parental authority is often viewed as a source of liability for teachers, it also gives them a broader sphere of authority. Totoo naman yan, no? Which would otherwise be exercised only by the students' natural parents over them. So because of this, in this sense, such authority is viewed more as a source of light rather than liability. Parang right yan Kaya nga, with every power or right comes a liability. The law is fair in granting teachers the primary authority to discipline the students while under their influence or control, and which authority the parents have the duty to recognize and follow under the law, provided it is, of course, reasonable. So after all, if the minor student injures or damages another person while under the teacher's control, it is the teacher who bears the vicarious liability under the law, not the parents. Ayan, no? In fact, sa Manual of Regulations nga nakasulat yan ni Ulan Sarmiento, attorney, in-explain pa niya doon na kahit nga 20 years old na pag yan pumasok sa school, ang treatment niyan parang minor student, minor pa rin siya, no? Parang isinusuko niya, quote-unquote, yung kanyang pagiging nasa wastong gulang, at siya ay nagpapailalim sa authority ng school, ng special organization, and lalo-lalo na yung kanyang teachers. In fact, sa mga cases ng even yung pag gusto mong gawa ng citizen arrest, lalo na sa mga cases ng drug possession, ganyan, yan po ay kayang-kayang gawin ng mga teachers, and they are actually obligated by law to report kung sakaling may nakikita silang ganyan, and to cause the citizen's arrest kung kaya din lang naman niya. Kaya napakalaki talaga po ng obligation and responsibility ng teachers. So kaya po talagang nakakaawa naman 'pag may mga ganito 'no. Meron ako dating nakitang case na parang yung mga malalaking bato, ganyan. Ano ba nangyari dun, parang nagsimula pa yun parang bombing pa lang ng World War II. Tapos parang inaayos ng isang teacher, eh, tinulungan siya ng mga bata. Naku, eh, nalaglagan ng bato yung bata. Sa kakukulit ng mga grade 5 students, whatever. Eh, sa dami niyang inaayos 'no, siya naman yung nagagawa lamang ng kaniyang, um, tungkulin. Actually hindi na nga niya yan, labas na nga sa tungkulin niya yan. Gusto lang niyang tumulong, eh, because of that, eh, merong napahamak na estudyante, o yun. Tapos yun sa kasong yun kung makikita mo yung sulat ng justice 'no, nakakalungkot kasi yung sabi nga niya dun na itong estudyanteng humaharap siya dun sa ano 'no, nag-graduate siya noon, eh. Itong estudyanteng nandito, eh, hindi na natin makikita kung anong naging sana niya, maaaring naging presidente pa 'to ng Pilipinas. Kaso because of that, eh, nawala na siya, 'no. Kaya talagang as much as possible, kung meron kang puwedeng magawa pa 'no, to ensure that everybody is safe lalo na mga anak mo 'yan 'no, mga extension ng iyong pagiging parents, kailangan gawin mo 'yan. Kaya ngayon mahirap po dahil ang mga teachers minsan, ah, naka-focus sa yung pagdo-document ng activity. 'Di ba minsan nag-aano tayo, naggagawa tayo ng content. Hindi naman natin pinagbabawalan 'yun, basta ang mahalaga lang make sure na yung isang mata mo ay nakatingin sa iyong mga estudyante. Kasi 'pag 'yan, eh, may nangyari diyan o kaya merong silang nakasakit o sila nasaktan, wala yang ending sa batas. Tayo pa ring mga teachers ang ano, ang kakasuhan, tayo ang may obligasyon. Ayan po. So, this goes out to all the teachers. Sana po, eh, pagigihin natin yung ating trabaho, naintindihan po natin ang pagiging teacher sa 21st century. Napakahirap po talaga. Ang daming kailangan na gawin, ang daming responsibility hanggang sa bahay, dala-dala mo yung work mo. At the same time, hindi ka naman kasing lalaki ng sweldo ng mga nasa corporate. Nakakaunti lang naman ang ginagawa. No? And yet, ang laki ng sweldo. Pero ganun po talaga eh. Kaya nga ang pagiging guro ay hindi lang basta talaga trabaho. No? Ito ay isang bukasyon. Pinipili natin yan. Pero makikita natin, napakalaki talaga ng ating obligasyon. Pero pag naayos naman natin yung ating work, napakaganda ng magiging result niya, ng ating magiging tawag nito, yung ating effect, no? Yung ating magagawa for the sake of humanity, it will never be forgotten. No? Yung isang na-touch na buhay natin, habang buhay na yan, nakakredit sa atin. So, yan po. So, take it easy out there and I hope to see you next